Hey everyone, welcome back. Now, if you've noticed the change, we're switching from Baking with Jen to Jen's Test Kitchen. I kind of figured that what we're doing here is more of Test Kitchen-esque. We're testing out different recipes, and I'm trying to kind of not necessarily master the recipes, but I'm trying to get to a point where I can do them fairly well. So I'm switching the name to Jen's Test Kitchen. Yay, announcement! So if you've seen that, give a thumbs up and let me know and also let me know down below what you think of the name change. I like it. The oven's ready. I like it because it encompasses more and it kind of better describes what I'm doing here versus just baking. Because yes, we are baking, but we're baking and trying out different recipes, and I just think this is um, a better name. So anyway, I'm Jen, and this is my test kitchen. So today, I'm trying out making. Today I'm making peanut butter stuffed peanut butter cookies. I'm using a creamy peanut butter, so it's creamy and it should be melty and good. Good. I haven't tried actually baking them yet, but we'll see here soon. So let's start with a couple of things. All right, let's come out. So we're going to do a breakdown of the recipe. Here we go. Let's see. So I am using, whose recipe am I using? Sally's Baking Addiction. I keep trying to say addition. Sally's Baking Addiction. Good. It's her soft peanut butter. It's like soft and thick peanut butter cookie recipe. We're using that. This recipe, and then what I've done and what I'm doing is I'm just taking like a little bit of peanut butter, and I have mini muffin tins. Something else that would work really good if you don't have them are like medicine cups. If you don't have a mini muffin tin, but we'll get there in a minute. For this recipe anyway, we're gonna need, let's go over ingredients. Love this part. Let's go over the ingredients. Boom. And so the ingredients right there. There we go. So recipe is a little small, but that's okay. So we're gonna need 1 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour, 170 grams weighed out. Going to need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We also need 1/2 cup of butter, unsalted butter, softened at room temperature. Now the recipe does say to only leave this out for like up to an hour, so it's not super soft, but this has been out for longer than that, so it is super soft. But all of this is going to go in the refrigerator afterwards, so it'll be okay. Anyway, super soft, 1/2 cup of butter, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Then we'll also need 1 large egg at room temperature. I cracked this beforehand, so we don't have to worry about that when we're putting this all together. 3/4 cups of peanut butter, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So we have all of our ingredients laid out. I do have our jar of peanut butter, so I can show you what I did in order to freeze the centers. But that's what we got going on right now. So with that, let's move over and start mixing. So we're gonna move over to our mixing station. All right, mixing station. Uh-oh. No! Camera's falling down. Run away, camera. Phew. Come on, camera, stop. There we go, there we go. We got this. So, now we go down a little bit because, yes. So, we have our mixing bowl. We have, so you do need a mixer. I'm using a hand mixer. You could use a stand mixer, but we're just using our hand mixer today. You need at least a medium to large mixing bowl. One or two rubber spatulas. Wooden spoon wouldn't go amiss, but we're just using rubber spatulas today. And this is, let's see, a 24. Yep, this is a 24 scoop. This does about 2 ounces, and so that's why we're using this one today. So first steps first. Let's actually All right, so what I did is I took a mini muffin tin and I lined it with plastic wrap, and I already took some out of here, and you can see it's really messy. It started melting again. That's why this is so messy. But so I just took the plastic wrap, I pushed it down in all of the little cup areas so that the plastic wrap wouldn't be bunching all weird. And I started in the middle and just stir up the peanut butter. I'm using this natural honey peanut butter because this is the one that we like. But, and it's also low sodium and all kinds of cool stuff. So just taking like a spoonful and, let's see, where's my spatula? And then just putting little spoonfuls in the little cup here. Part of the reason why I'm using the mini muffin tin and the plastic wrap is because this peanut butter is really sticky. Other peanut butters, you might not need to use the plastic wrap, but with this one, you definitely do. And so, and then this just pops into the freezer for at least 20 minutes. The more solid, the more frozen these are, the better the outcome for wrapping the cookies, because I did, it was supposed to be a dozen, but it ended up being 11 cookies. And going through here, by the time I got to cookie 9, the peanut butter had started softening and it was sticking to here, and it wasn't a good time. So the more solid, the longer that you freeze these, the better the outcome. That's going in the freezer for now for at least 20 minutes, and then we can start on the actual cookie recipe. So starting off with our butter, just put the butter in the mixing bowl, and I am going to use my little spatula here because peanut butter will go in here eventually. It's not going to break or ruin anything right now if peanut butter ends up in it. So we have our butter, and we just need to cream the butter real quick. So butter, creaming butter. Watch your ears. All right, nice and creamy. That's one of the advantages of using more room temperature butter, is that it creams up really fast because it's already soft. So if you were to take butter that was a little colder, a little bit more firm, it would just take a little bit longer to get everything all smoothed out and creamed together like this. So first we've just creamed the butter. And next, here, we're gonna remove the that so you can just see here. So we've creamed the butter, and then next we're gonna add in our brown sugar and granulated sugar. And come on, let go. And cream all of that together. Now, my brown sugar has some pretty gnarly clumps, so we might have to go through here and kind of press some of these out if they're not going to mix in, but we'll see what happens. I didn't think this was as bad as it is, but it's fairly chunky. The other thing if you know that you have some kind of hard brown sugar like this, that it's not very flowy and it's going to be hard to mix, the day before you can go ahead and add, like put a piece of bread, we usually use the heel, in with the brown sugar, and it helps soften it up. I'm not sure why, but it does. So we got that. So I'm going to go ahead and cream in the butter and sugar. Remember, we have both the brown sugar and the granulated sugar in here now. And what I'm doing while I'm talking to you is I'm just going through and finding any of the bigger chunks that I can find and just kind of squishing them just to kind of pre-start them, like loosening up in the mixture here, because I tried doing this for my pre-batch a little bit earlier and the brown sugar did not want to break up. So let's cream these together. It does start off like sand and all chunky and broken up, but then it should come together and get all creamy. But I don't know if y'all can see it. Right now I can see some of the bigger chunks of brown sugar in here, but we'll keep going for a minute. See this right here? It's trying to escape. They just think it's stuck through. So, seeing if some of these smaller chunks will get broken up by the mixer. I'm going to turn the mixer up a little bit. Now we're going to go through here real quick and just check to see if we have any lumps. I can already tell there's a big lump here. So at this point, if you want to use your fingers, you can, but this is all covered in butter and I don't like covering my fingers in butter. So I'm going to try to use a spoon or a spatula, preferably the spatula, but if they're too difficult, I'll just get a metal spoon. But anyway, see there's some clumps here that I'm just pressing through. All right, I don't know, can you see the clumps right here? So we're just going to press them and see if we can get them to smooth out. No, it's not. Okay. So like I said, covered in butter, and like mine is good enough. It's like soft enough that I can just press it with my fingers, but I just didn't want to do it. Cover my hands in butter. Okay, so let's see. Where do we have clumps? There's some baby clumps over here, but nothing too big right now. Oh, yeah, I'm getting this butter mixture all up the side of here. There's some clumps in here. I can sense them. Clump. Where are my clumps? Clump. Oh. All right. Okay. So I can still see a couple of little clumps. I'm trying to press them out. This is like the hardest part of this. And if you have brown sugar that's not like extra clumpy, then you don't have to worry about this step. I'm not just now finding out, but I found out earlier that my brown sugar is extra clumpy and it's not cooperating today. Right, okay, so I think we've gotten most of the clumps out and we're pretty smooth, but we're going to go through and cream this together one more time just for a little bit and just kind of scoop all the batter, cookie dough, creamed butter, whatever you want to call it, off of here that you can get right now. That's fine. And then all right, we are light and fluffy. I forgot to do something. For a little while. So, 10. You guys are going to get to hear my lovely, no. My timer does a lovely song, so you'll get to hear that in a little while. Anyway, so right now we have butter and sugar creamed together. Next ingredient is our egg. And we're just going to mix that in until it's all incorporated. All right, now it's all mixed together nicely. And this is where we add in our peanut butter and vanilla. Just rinse the sugar off my hand real quick because it's grainy and hard to handle. But right now, this is where we mix in our peanut butter and vanilla. So, something to know about this cookie dough is this is going to be a very, it's a high-fat cookie dough. It's going to be very, I want to say soggy, but soggy is the wrong word. Sticky's the wrong word as too. It's going to be very soft. It's a very soft dough with, it definitely needs refrigerated before you handle it very much because it, yeah, it'll just be a mess everywhere. So, yeah, right now we have the butter, sugar, peanut butter, and vanilla and egg. So mix all of this together one more time. So I am going to just scrape this down before we start adding our dry ingredients because I just want to make sure that everything has a chance to get down into the bottom and get all incorporated. So I'm gonna do like a little bit of a well with the with the butter and peanut butter stuff. And we're going to just add the flour right to the middle of this. So it's kind of like a reverse flour well. We're making a well for the flour out of the peanut butter and butter and stuff. Oh no. I make too much of a mess. Luckily, these are for me and my family, and my counters are clean. Because that just fell off of there. It's everywhere. Oh no. We'll clean this. We'll finish cleaning this up here in a little bit. Anyway, so to our peanut butter, everything mixed, we're just adding our flour and our baking soda and salt. Yep, come on, salt. Salt doesn't want to let go. Like, I live in a dry space, so why is salt sticking to everything? All right, and then we'll just use our mixer to mix this in again. But you want to start it off slowly or your flour will fly everywhere like that. One click. One. Technically, if you fold this in to begin with, that will work too. But I'm here now, so this is what we're doing. So now that I have most of the flour mixed in, I'm going to go ahead and turn this up. Just to get everything incorporated. Okay. All right, and now my tip for this is to slowly slow the beaters down, slowly remove them out, and let them fling everything off while still in the bowl, and then turn it off. And then from here, we do want to make sure that we scrape a lot of the batter off of the beaters because there's a lot on here. You do want to use a stiffer spatula or a spoon for this because this is kind of a sticky, oily kind of dough. It's still kind of thick, and it will definitely, if you have like a softer rubber spatula, it will make it bend and it won't move much off of the beaters. That's the problem I was having earlier with my other spatula with my last batch. So we're going to go through and just, of course, I have to get off as much as I can from here because I'm obsessive like that. But if you're okay just leaving product behind, which I'm not because I'm like that, but then you can just leave it at like this point or whatever. Leave it at whatever point you're comfortable with. If you don't like cleaning off beaters, then don't do it. You're just getting rid of cookie dough. That's your prerogative, I guess. It's like, why make cookie dough if you're not going to even eat it? Duh. So, got a bunch of that off. I'm good there. So, next one. And then from here, we're going to stick these into the refrigerator for a little bit. Just because, like I was saying earlier, this is a fairly sticky dough. It's like a high in fat, so it's more it's more like a Play-Doh and like will stick, and it's not like a very dry dough. Like with like a sugar cookie dough, you can handle that and it's not going to stick to your fingers. But like a chocolate chip cookie dough, that stuff sticks to your hands. Like I've never had chocolate chip cookie dough not stick to my hands. So that's kind of, but I think that this has a little bit more fat than like a chocolate chip cookie dough. So it does kind of stick together and not stick to other things as much as like a chocolate chip cookie dough. But that's just what I have found. Okay, so this now is going to go into the fridge for a little bit. I'm probably not going to have the patience of keeping it in the fridge for as long as I should, but this is what we got. So this right here is going in the fridge for preferably 30 minutes to an hour, but right now we're just probably gonna do like 10-15 minutes. So we got those in there. It looks like I have about 2 minutes on my timer. So what I've done is I've already stuffed some cookies and I started baking them, but they're not done yet. So let's take a look at what is going on in here. This doesn't have light, so those look really good. So we're just gonna rotate these. I think we probably need to cook for like another 10 minutes. But I do want to put some kind of pattern on these at some point, but for this batch, I just, ow, fudge, touched the pan. But I just made them into discs and put them in here, but they're looking really good so far. We'll see about putting a pattern on them at some point, but as long as they're basically flat, they should be okay. But I think those will probably need about another 10 minutes or so. Yeah, we'll see about 10 minutes. Okay. Let's see the rest of my dirty kitchen. Oh, it's just kind of crazy since we don't have room for everything just yet. But yeah, so that's just making the cookie dough, and we put the peanut butter in the cups for freezing. Like I was saying earlier, if you don't have a mini muffin tin, if you just use like the little medicine cups that come with any NyQuil, DayQuil, like liquid allergy medicine, any of those little medicine cups, you can put them in there. I would definitely line them because peanut butter just kind of sticks to everything. Put it in the freezer. If not, you can just take spoonfuls and put them on a cookie sheet with like plastic wrap, aluminum foil, wax paper, parchment paper, whatever you want on the bottom. 10 minutes. So I have another 10 minutes on that timer. So yes, so if you want to make those, there's also a version where you can mix in some powdered sugar, but the recipe that I saw that said that they had mixed the powdered sugar in, it got more of a dry, crumbly texture than they were looking for, and I'm really looking for like an oozy, like I want something to ooze out of the peanut butter cookie when you break it open. So that's what I'm going for. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see if that's gonna work out that way. I'm really impatient. So we're gonna go ahead and scoop up a couple of these cookies while we're waiting for the dough to finish cooking for the first batch to cook. So let's go and scoop a couple of cookies. It's going to be a really, really soft because it is the dough is really warm and it is a softer dough. So we'll keep that in mind, but let's come over here and we will start doing these things. Let's take the table, and then we have our peanut butter. And these are some more of the ones I made earlier. I'm putting them in the freezer to just kind of super chill them, but also to I'm trying out cooking cookies from frozen and seeing how I can do that. And so this is me trying out making cookies from frozen by freezing them. So anyway, you know what? We need to pull this up a little bit because you can't actually see what's over here. There we go. And we'll just angle this a little bit better so you can see everything going on. There we go. We're gonna fit it all in, okay? just getting a little plate because I don't like putting peanut butter on things. On and tear. Like, I already have this on ounces because that's what I was doing with it last. So just scooping, and that's 2 ounces. And I'm just gonna scoop a couple of these. That's 4 ounces. So this is working really well for what I'm liking. 5.7. Excuse you. 5.7. I don't believe you. 5.9. 5.9. Excuse you. I don't believe you. 6. There we go. 6 ounces. Come on. 7.7. We need 8. 8. No, we don't need 0.8. We need 8. 7.9. Come on. Did that change it at all? Nope, still 7.9. All right. 8. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys these 4 right now. We'll put this back in the fridge so that it stays cool. But I start off with taking the peanut butter out because, like, see, you do this first ones and they're pretty clean, but you press, and I like to make a little indent so that I can put the little indent in there and then just kind of pull this up over the sides and just kind of work it up and over. And just kind of flatten this side out. And then I just kind of flatten them into a hockey puck, trying to close up any of the holes and just kind of continue forming them as a hockey puck. And then this right here is, we were going to do the fork crosshatch is where I would do it. But I'm just putting it onto the tray and we're going from there. Like I said, remove the peanut butter from here because this is where it gets the stickiest and it's hard to do if you have stuff in your hand. So make an indent in the middle, put the peanut butter in the indent and wrap it up and around. And then like the excess that you've wrapped up and around will come to, like, you just kind of press it together to make a thing. And so this isn't ever really as a ball, but you gotta kind of press them into a disc so that they can keep that peanut butter in the center. All right, so we have our nice peanut butter disc, put that on our tray. And then we'll just finish up these 2 for now. I am going to finish up the rest of them eventually and put them in the thing. How long do we have on time? 4 minutes. All right. Indent in the middle. So while those are cooking, we'll just go ahead and do however many of these we can. So I am, because I'm cooking these from at least super chilled, if not frozen, and these are pretty thick. These equal out to be, let's see, that's off. These equal out to be about 3 ounces. Well, 2.6, so 2.5 to 3 ounces for these cookies. It's because it's 2 ounces of the cookie dough and then about an ounce of peanut butter, half an ounce to an ounce of peanut butter, depending on. So we could use more dough on some of the other ones. I did use a little bit more dough, trying out like different dough amounts. I think 2.2 or 2.3 kind of gives a good amount of dough on the whole thing, but it brings it up to the 3 ounces. But in general, these are pretty good. And like I said, we want them as like hockey pucks, peanut butter hockey pucks. And like I said, this is where you will cross hatch it. Let's see, we still have 2.5 minutes. So we'll do 2 more to fill out these 2 spaces. So we'll just 1.8. And we also gotta get this back in the freezer. It's melting. The peanut butter is melting. Okay, 4.0. There we go. We got 2 more to do. Like I said, I will finish those out. It's just for the moment we got to do these. So remove the peanut butter cup. Take the cookie dough in the middle. Wrap the dough up around and just kind of press it together. You want to try to make sure that there's no holes because we don't want that peanut butter leaking out, but we'll see how that goes. So these are looking really nice. I'm really enjoying all these. Like I said, we want to take the peanut butter out first. Dude, come on, get your head together. Now I did all of this started. Okay, here we go. Last one we're doing for right now, and then those other ones should be just about done. All of these are going in the freezer. I am cooking. I bake the cookies for about 20 minutes because what I do is I'm putting them on at 300 for 20 minutes, and then I rotate them for another 10. So it's a total of 30-minute cooking time. That does triple the cooking time from the recommended like 12 minutes, I think it is what's recommended to bake these. It's like 350 for 9 to 12 minutes, something like that. But because these are bigger and they're stuffed and they're frozen, that's part of the reason why we're doing them at 300, and that's part of the reason why we're taking them all the way up to 30 minutes. So we put these in the freezer real quick, and we'll go check on the ones in the oven. All right, we got the timer going off. Perfect timing, huh? So let's come check this out. Timer off. No timer, no. Bye-bye timer. Cancel? Okay, no more timer. All right, so we got a nice little light brown foot on some of these. That's what we're looking for. You see right here on the edge where it meets the cooking mat, how it's that little bit of a golden color. That's exactly what we want. And we're going to turn the oven off for now. Wow, like these are kind of domed. We want to let these cool for at least 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes on the cookie sheet, and then you can let them cool on a rack. We need to give those a minute. We need to give those a minute because we need to open one up. We need to see what the peanut butter looks like inside. Holy cow, we can't do that. We can't leave without doing that. I mean, whew. Okay, come on, words together, we got this. Anyway, so, you know what, while those are cooling, we can talk about the favorite chef championship challenge, cooking, baking, nope. Anyway, Carla Hall is having her annual favorite chef competition, and I am currently in it. So, right now you have to go to my community tab or on my Facebook. I do have a link. I need to put that in the video. I need to put that link in the video. Okay, so we'll put that link in the video, and I also plan on putting out a short video as a reminder to please go and vote. You can vote once every 24 hours, and I'm currently in the running to stay in the competition. This part of the competition ends on the 30th, so it's 10-day time frames. We're in the first 10 days, and so far I'm slated to go to the next level, the next round, that one. So I'm really, really excited about that part. So yeah, just get on there daily. Go ahead and vote for me. And I'll keep bringing you some of our really awesome baked goods. I'm running out of patience. I can't wait. So we're going to take our little cookie dough plate because why not? Anyway, just sit for a minute, right? What 1 minute's fine. If I can pick it up without having to use a spatula, it's cool enough. So I say. So it does kind of have, here, let's look down at it a little bit. Here we go. It does kind of have like a soft top, but part of that's probably because it's still hot. Let's get a little knife. And we'll cut this in half. Like I said, it's still hot, so it might not be exactly what we're wanting, but should be close enough. Here, let's see if I can get this up in the camera before it comes apart. So we have that gooey peanut butter center with our lovely peanut butter cookie around the outside, and it looks like they're nice and cooked on the bottom. I'm gonna have to definitely try this out and see if maybe we just have to broil the tops to get them a little bit better, or I don't know. Maybe the tops are fine. I don't know. We have to check. Ah, so we got that little bit of a peanut butter center there. We got a nice little crispy bottom, and let's try the peanut butter. That's hot. I went to take a bite, and that's just hot peanut butter. I don't know. I don't know if I want to take a bite of hot peanut butter. Let's take a bite of the edge. Mmm. It's a nice peanut butter cookie overall. Nice, soft and creamy. Great. Now I'm gonna try a little bit with the peanut butter. It's exactly the creamy center that I was hoping it would be. We have it's a lovely peanut butter cookie. And then we got that creamy peanut butter center. These are definitely a win. I'm gonna try to put some different designs in the top and see if I can get them to be like pretty peanut butter cookies. So we'll have to see if that actually comes out the way I want it to. But otherwise, this is exactly what I was looking for. It's got that nice creamy peanut butter center and nice soft peanut butter cookie. Amazing. Perfect. So definitely try these out. Like I said, this is the peanut butter that we like, but if you have a favorite peanut butter of your own, go ahead and try that out. And tell me if you get a nice creamy, like liquid peanut butter center, or if you need to mix it with powdered sugar or something to get more of that texture. Where I originally saw it was on like a chocolate peanut butter cookie, and I think that would be amazing too. But I just wanted to make peanut butter cookies today. So all right. Thanks for hanging out with me while we were testing out some peanut butter cookies. Hopefully you can test them out and they're just as good for you. We'll have to see. But thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you on Thursday for probably another cookie recipe. I'm thinking kitchen sink cookies, which are an oatmeal base with just a bunch of stuff thrown in them. So let's see how that goes. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.